I do like them.
What about a Cadillac? I think you're more of a Cadillac guy.
Well, that's a knock, right?
No, they're
that's
great.
kind of a knock.
No, they're great cars.
It's a Long Island. It's a car for a Long Island guy who's a little full of shit. Yeah.
Long Island?
Yeah. I could see myself in an Escalade.
They're great.
They're amazing. There's a lot of guys who want to be Tony Soprano, who aren't Tony Soprano, who like the Sopranos, who drive Escalades.
That is an issue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like pinky rings. You really can't wear a pinky ring.
It's a car where when you're driving in it, you're in a movie. That no one's watching except you, and you're starring in it.
If you got that Soprano song, woke up this morning.
Yeah. Well, you like only pretty much fast cars.
No, I like all kinds of cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not like a luxury sedan guy.
I've had them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've had them before.
What was the best one?
I had a BMW 7 Series.
They're great.
It was amazing.
I love them, yeah.
It was really comfortable.
Yeah. Those
it's just like you feel like you're insulated from the world. And thing.
I feel like those cars I love, but I also feel like a dentist. Because my dentist had it. Like in Long Island, dentists have BMW 7 Series or Mercedes S500s. That's like the car for like your doctor.
That's a nice car too. The Benz S-Class.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Those are nice.
Very nice
those
car.
are nice.
I got the Tesla, the new Plaid.
The fast one.
It's preposterous.
It's insane.
But the steering wheel's dumb. It's a yoke, and I'm not a fan of the steering wheel.
You got to talk to your boy.
I don't know what to tell him. He's dead set on the yoke. But
what is the yoke? It's like
a Formula One car,
right?
You know,
right?
Like it's got a handle on here and a handle on here, and you're just kind of like holding it like this. Not only that, the horn is not this anymore. No? It's not hit the center. It's a button that you have to awkwardly move your thumb to get to hit, and you have to know that's the steering wheel. See what the horn is? See the little horn icon? Yeah. Fuck that thing. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, when I grab the top, my thumb, if extended, does go where the horn is, like perfectly, but I want to hit the center. That's where the horn is. The horn's the center.
Yeah. It's old habits die hard.
Yeah, and the blinkers, you see the blinkers? They're on the left-hand side. That's left and right. So you have to look. Instead of like the little stick, I like the stick. The left, right. It's easy.
My problem with Tesla is my producer has a Tesla, and people that have Teslas think they've done well. But what is it? It's like a $35,000 car, right? It's a cheap car.
Depends on which one you get.
Right.
That one is the S is, how much does that cost? It's well over 100. Right. But I think the beginners, you can get them for like 38 grand. You can get the 3. Yeah, so it's a great car though. Like if you want a car that's like reliable, fast as fuck, great battery life, easy to drive.
But it's too much of a cult. Like everybody who's in it talks about it.
That's me.
Yeah, but
I'm in that cult.
You know the guy, right? But there's people out there that are talking about Starlink satellites and SpaceX, and it's like, guys, shut up. You know, they feel like they're part of this revolutionary force, but you just bought a car.
It's like how Apple was in the 90s.
That's right.
Yeah.
People just get too involved.
People would talk about it and they would say, we've got a new operating system coming out. I'm like, we?
Right, yeah. Who's we?
We.
Yeah, who's we?
Interesting.
Yeah. No, it's too, my producer, when he got it, Ben, when he got it, would just talk endlessly about it and everything that it did and how cool it was.
It's amazing. That's the problem. The problem it is a fucking amazing car. The car is... You've been in my other one.
Yeah.
Remember how fast that was?
It's very fast.
Give your rides in the Improv?
It's very fast.
This one's twice as fast.
That's crazy.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds for a full-size 4-door sedan.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
What's the top speed?
175 miles an hour or something crazy.
Okay.
I think it's limited. Does it say it's limited?
Did they govern it or something?
Yeah. I thought it went faster. Probably does. I mean, it's fucking insane. It's like 1,000 horsepower. Yeah. It's got 3 engines.
Do you worry about other people having a car that's that fast?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You should. It's like, well, I worry about that with everything. With Corvettes, with, you know, you could just go to a store and buy a fucking race car. Yeah. Buy a car that would outperform most GT3 cars from, 20 years ago. Most cars that people raced. Okay. 167 miles an hour. Which is that's the fastest I guess it goes. Fastest someone's got it to go. Okay. Well, it's the ability to merge is the most incredible thing. Like when you get into if you hit an on ramp and you have an opening, it's just shoo, It just goes.
Because you can just,
It just goes.
hit, right.
But it's not hard to drive slow. It's not like it's uncomfortable. Like some fast cars, they're like herky-jerky. It's not like that at all. It's very smooth.
Do you think the EV market is just the future in terms of like what we're going to see?
It is, but it's like, do they have enough battery material? That's my question.
Well, we'll start a few wars. I mean, what do they need? Lithium ion? We can go back in Afghanistan.
I think they're going to war with Nevada right now because they're pulling it out of Nevada.
Well, they're going to South America too. Yeah. There's a lot of different
minerals.
Minerals down there. Sure.
Where do they get most of their lithium? I think they are doing it in Nevada now. I did read something about Nevada being a hotbed for lithium.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing now. All these new tech companies are like very progressive, and they have all these electric cars, but they're mining these minerals that they need for their products in a lot of different places. And I'm sure they're not always doing this on the up and up.
No. Well, we went over this the other day about Africa and coltan, and that like at the heart of every cell phone is this mineral called coltan. And where they get coltan is like people are literally digging it out of the ground in the Congo.
Right.
And they're working in horrific conditions. And, it's fucking horrible, dirty work. What is this?
The biggest mine is in Australia, but the biggest company is an American company in Chile, Australia, and the U.S.
Interesting.
Big market cap.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that they get it out of Australia. I don't feel bad about it at all. If they take it from Australia, that's fine.
Yeah, that's who cares. That's fine.
That fucking
take their
place
minerals.
Has lost their mind.
They've gone insane.
No one's lost their mind better than Australia, and it's a great sign that everyone needs guns.
Well, it was shocking that it was that country.
Yeah.
Because I always thought that country was like a party.
Yeah.
Like everybody was just having fun, but it is a penal colony.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people there, are the descendants of criminals. And and from knowing people that live in Australia, they don't love work, which is okay, right? Like their culture is not about working. So if somebody says, hey, sit in your yard and get hammered for a year, they don't ask too many questions. They go, let's do it. But then it gets, increasingly more and more draconian and crazy, and they're doing face scans and they're checking your cup. Did you really go for coffee? Let me see if you have coffee in your cup.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. But a lot,
I saw that video.
That was crazy.
Checking that lady's, is a gut lady?
Yeah. Do you have coffee in your cup?
To make sure she can have her mask down to be drinking.
Yeah. It's insane. But this is after 9/11. After 9/11, this happened. When you get patted down, now you'll get molested. The TSA will molest you at an airport for no reason. They're molesting an 85-year-old grandmother from Kentucky.
In case she's a terrorist.
In case she has a bomb hidden, So this is a problem, right? I mean, unless people restore. Hopefully this variant sweeps, it's mild, everybody's got natural immunity, and we move on.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe not.
The reality of human beings is once you give people power, they don't give it back.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on now with fucking Lori Lightfoot in Chicago.
Yeah. Says
she's going to make it inconvenient for everybody who doesn't have a vaccine.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is the vaccine doesn't work on this variant. They're saying it's a vaccine escape variant.
So does it keep you out of the hospital?
What keeps you out of the hospital? Being healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
supposedly,
the idea that the only thing that keeps you out of the hospital is medicine.
Well, no, I don't think it's the only thing, but I get my news from Donald Trump, who told Candace Owens that the vaccine is a miracle and it works.
Well, because he came up with it.
Yeah, but a lot of people are saying that if you
not really him, obviously,
you're prevented from death, or which, by the way, is the last. I mean, it started with you won't get it, and then it was you might get it, but you won't get sick. Then it was, well, you'll get sick. Now it's you won't die. So it has.
Have you seen the breakdown?
It's an American product.
It is American.
It's an American product. Truly, it's an American product. Where by the end of it, it's like, hey, you might not die, which is many of our products.
But you might. But
sure, you could.
But less people will die.
Yeah, I don't think we really know. Like, I think we're going to find out. I think years from now, what this whole thing was.
Well, for sure, there's a lot of money involved. And whenever there's a lot of money involved, then there's fuckery.
Yes.
And there's for sure fuckery involved.
Sure.
And have you ever seen the compilation of what Fauci said at the beginning of the vaccine distribution versus now?
No.
You never seen that video?
No, I'm sure well, because I remember it, though, because I remember that the idea was that you wouldn't contract it.
Yeah, you're not going to get the virus.
And that the breakthrough cases would be rare. Yeah.
Very rare.
Well, that's why we got it. We all got it early. Everyone that I know got it early because we believed it was like putting a wristband on and you could go into Six Flags. Basically, it was like, oh, I have it. Yeah. Let's go. Party's on.
But now it's not even, you need a booster.
Now it is the booster.
California, all the state workers now have to have a booster.
And that's the third.
That's the third
And
shot.
Israel's on the fourth.
Yes, they're on the fourth. And there's no science about this, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no data on whether or not the fourth helps you. There's also no data.
Well, what does it do? It refreshes the claim is that it refreshes the antibodies.
Gives you a little extra boost.
Gives you a boost.
It's a boost. It's a little boost.
I think the term booster should go.
It's a bump. It's a bump of cocaine.
I think giving someone a boost, there should be more of a medical way to describe it.
Yeah. Well,
but they are saying that the vast majority of people that are dying are unvaccinated. That seems to be.
That's not true.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't think that's true anymore. I think
it may be that death is very rare. No matter what,
it depends on what you read.
Below a certain
when I'm
age.
saying that's not true, I'm reading a bunch of different stories
right.
on people being vaccinated, unvaccinated. Here's a real problem with a lack of treatment. That's a real problem. There's also a real problem in that
there's also a lack of health care.
Checked in, but when you get checked into a hospital, if you already checked in, they no longer will give you monoclonal antibodies. You literally have to get monoclonal antibodies in the emergency room. If you get checked into the hospital, then there's no monoclonal.
And you're already too sick.
Which doesn't make any sense. It literally makes no sense.
Right. I was listening to Peter McCullough, and I don't know if this diminishes his credibility. I bought crack off him in downtown Austin 3 days ago.
Good crack.
Yeah. So other than that, he was saying that you need to get on an early treatment regimen. I think we're having these weird conversations that are kind of in a box because so many people don't have health care. They're afraid to go to the emergency room. They're afraid to go to a doctor. They don't have the money. They can't take off work. Yeah. So the idea that having this for-profit healthcare system where everybody's trying to make money seems to be a real impetus to getting people early treatment because most people can't get early treatment because they're terrified of spending the money. They don't know what they're going to get hit in the mail for.
That's true.
So it seems to be like I think everything he was saying about getting on early stuff makes sense if you have health care.
Well, even if you don't have health care, the thing about ivermectin is that it's very inexpensive. Whether or not it actually works as the people that are proponents of it think it does remains to be seen.
Did you give it out for Halloween?
I gave it to everybody.
Okay, because I heard that you were giving it out for Halloween.
I got a room full of it in my house. I
heard
up
you were
the
just
room
giving it out to people.
I open it. It sounds like angel voices.
Yeah, and it's just I feel like you have a DuckTales vat of ivermectin that you swim in every day. Just like, remember DuckTales? They had the coins.
Yes.
It's just you and ivermectin just doing backstroke in ivermectin.
I never thought that was going to be a big deal. I really didn't.
Yeah.
When I was bringing that up, I was bringing it up because it was a thing that was on a laundry list of stuff I took. It was one of the things.
Yeah, it's forever associated.
Connected to me.
Isn't it funny that like a year ago, if they said you're going to be in this crazy controversy about a drug, you'd be like, what are you talking about?
Why would I do that? That doesn't even make any sense.
Right. Yeah. One of the things that's been very strange about this is watching how people get very, there are certain things in society where people's quote unquote lived experience is like the most important thing.
Right.
If you identify as a different gender, whatever, if you are mentally unwell and say, I can't perform certain duties, you go, I respect that. But if you say, I took ivermectin and I felt better, people turn around and go, shut up. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, they got tricked. They got tricked into doing this by the media. And the media over and over and over again said disproven, conspiracy theory, horse dewormer. They said all these things. But what they ignored is how effective it's been in other countries.
Right. Well, Japan, which is not an alt-right Reddit thread.
Right.
It's Japan.
Yeah.
They were like, we're authorizing the use of ivermectin.
And they had a giant drop-off of COVID cases.
Right.
The same thing happened in parts of India.
You can get it in Texas. Like when I had COVID, my doctor just wrote me a prescription for ivermectin.
Some doctors. I know a doctor who's actually being brought in front of the medical board, being subpoenaed because this doctor prescribed ivermectin to patients with COVID, and they want to know why.
Well,
so this is actually like they're being brought in front of a fucking board about a drug that if you go to the critical care frontline COVID critical care group,
right?
People have done it for thousands of people. There's all sorts of at least anecdotal tales of people getting better after ivermectin. They do know that it stops viral replication in vitro, which means in a lab culture.
Yeah.
They do know that other countries have reported significant success. They have these RCTs, these randomized controlled trials that they can list over and over and over again about ivermectin. The problem is, it's like the data is kind of sloppy. Like some of it is they used it in prophylaxis, which means they use it as a preventative measure. Some of it they used it in early care. Some of it they used it deep into the sickness. So it's like we don't know. And also there's clearly some kind of a conspiracy to try to demonize that medication. When you look at the amount of people that said horse dewormer, you look at the bullshit story that was in the Rolling Stone that was proven to be absolutely not real.
Yes.
About people waiting in line at the hospital. They couldn't get into the emergency room with gunshot wounds because so many people were in there with horse dewormers.
Which is what proven untrue.
Not just proven untrue, just a fabrication.
Well, it's a bad. I think the idea that there's a vaccine that's available and people are being mandated to take it rubs people the wrong way.
Well, also because people are vaccinated and still getting sick and still spreading it. And they're trying to pretend that's not the case.
I think that it's been a big problem watching the sales pitch because to me it should be the vaccine is available. If you take it, it should reduce your likelihood of getting sick. That should not be, you shouldn't lose your job.
Right.
Like that's what I was saying. I was like, it seems crazy to me to fire somebody and make them destitute, broke, homeless, right? Because they will not take a vaccine.
Not only that, a lot of them are nurses, and nurses have already got COVID.
Right.
So they've had COVID, they recovered, they have better antibodies.
Well, that's the thing. A lot
stronger
of people,
antibodies.
Yeah, there's people that aren't anti-vax per se, but they say, I have natural immunity.
Yeah.
So that never made sense to me. The mandates never made sense. I didn't get that.
Even the term vaccine is incorrect.
Right.
It's a gene therapy. It's a different thing. A vaccine is like smallpox. You get it, and then you never get smallpox. Or like measles. You know, once you have the vaccine, you don't have to worry about it anymore. That's for the vast majority of people.
Right.
That's what a vaccine's supposed to be. This is something where you have to get 3 of them in a fucking year.
But this is like when I used to sell mortgages. You would get a mortgage, and then 2 years later, you would get a refinance.
Exactly.
So here's what you're not realizing. If I'm Pfizer, I don't want to just be in your life for one transaction. I'm your partner for life.
Right, forever.
So every couple of years, I'm going to call you up and say, hi, Mr. Rogan, how are you? And we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
We're going to get a boost. That's the American way we sell everything. There's not one product on the American market that people go, you got it, you're good. Not one. Every single product, you could go buy an air conditioner. The guy's like, and when you have a kid and you need another one, you come back here. Like, this is just kind of in our DNA. It's also weird that there's 3 vaccines.
There's only 2 now.
Well,
they're
there's
telling
2.
you not to take the Johnson & Johnson
right,
anymore.
But that's weird when the CEOs of the vaccines are like making fun of each other. That doesn't make you feel good.
No.
Like I remember people got the Johnson & Johnson, and then we were an hour away from getting it. They discontinued it. Me and a bunch of people in LA. That didn't make you feel good.
No.
It shouldn't be, I think. I mean, capitalism has some great things, but like, I wonder if we should, like, the vaccine shouldn't be like one of these products where it's like, you know how Wendy's and Arby's fight on Twitter as a joke? I don't think a life-saving vaccine should have that. Like, I don't think Moderna and Pfizer should be fighting with each other. But it doesn't make you feel good about it.
I don't think Moderna and Pfizer are fighting with each other, but different countries.
Well, they'll knock each other. Like the CEO, like
really?
Jamie can even look. Yeah. No, you can find that.
Knocked Moderna? Really?
The CEO, they made some comment.
We only killed 30,000 people.
They made some comment. How many people do you think really died from the vaccine? Do you think people are... Because I know so many people...
100% people have died from the vaccine.
Well, for sure.
Right? We know that.
But we don't know how many.
We do know that historically, the VAERS, which is the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, the VAERS reports have been whenever underreported means. If it's there was one article that Harvard put out a paper about, I think it was about the HPV vaccine,
right?
And they were saying that VAERS is underreported like as significantly as 1%. So it was like 99% unreported, 1% reported. So like out of 100 events, one of them would get reported.
Is there any chance people on VAERS are just having fun?
I don't think that's the case, but yes,
because
always a chance.
I would like to go on VAERS and just
like a Yelp review,
just for fun, and just say the vaccine killed my whole family,
right?
Just for fun.
Yeah.
But if I can do that, the question is, maybe other people, but maybe not.
I think
you have to say the name of your doctor. There's more that goes into it.
Peter McCullough was describing how difficult it is to file a VAERS claim and what has to be, that it's complicated. And it's also, it comes with criminal penalties if you're full shit. It's, for sure people have died. The question is how many. I think they're reporting now 18,000 deaths. But what is that?
Is that
It's the VAERS? What VAERS is saying?
VAERS is saying
18,000 people. But you also have to think about the sheer numbers of people that take the vaccine. If it's 18,000 deaths and you're dealing with 230 plus million people that are taking the vaccine, a lot of people are like, it's not that bad. Unless it's your family, then it's horrible. Unless it's someone that's close to you. Unless it's your young child.
Right.
Which is some of the people
Is it
that
possible
have died.
any of the people who died from the vaccine were racist?
Could be.
I'm just trying to look at silver linings.
Yeah, you should.
You
always should.
I mean, some of them might have said things that they
might have lied
said.
about their taxes. They might not have paid their fair share.
It's hard to know, right? It's really difficult to know how many people, because then there's people, and this is embarrassing, who are very anti-vax and die.
Yeah.
Like all these right-wing radio guys.
Yeah.
They're very
Those guys always die. Isn't that interesting?
And they call it the Herman Cain Award.
Is that what they call it?
They call it the Herman Cain Award. They're very anti-vax, and then they die. And that's embarrassing, too. So you're like, it's hard when you have a stance. It's like you gotta be right.
Right.
Because that's very embarrassing when these guys are like, fuck the vaccine. I'll never take the vaccine. And then they're in the hospital going, take the vaccine. And then they die.
I don't know if that's ever really happened.
Oh, it's happened a million times.
But they say, take the vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
I hear that. I hear
that guy, Phil Valentine.
I hear that.
Yeah.
But I want recordings.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was promoting a vaccine, I would want to say, on his deathbed, was telling people to take the vaccine.
But it makes sense, right? Like, if your whole thing was, don't take it, and then you died.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things where it's like, you don't want to be that guy.
Well, here's the other thing that drives me crazy is that for so many people that have caught it, they tell you just to go home and come back when your oxygen rate dips below 92.
Yeah, that's not good care.
That's a lot of what happens, though.
Right.
There's no treatment for a lot of people. Every doctor treats it a different way in that regard.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't, the ones that have got on it early, like Peter McCullough and Dr. Pierre Corey, they prescribed a whole cocktail of things to take, and they had great effect with it.
Right.
Another thing is that fluvoxamine. Now, Peter Attia was posting something about fluvoxamine. I think it was about fluvoxamine the other day. Like, they're trying to stop people from taking fluvoxamine for COVID, which has been proven to be very effective. It's actually an SSRI. And for some reason, it works very well to prevent
What's
some infections
weird is
of COVID.
people trying to stop people from taking medication is very weird.
Because you have a binary approach.
It's a very suspect.
You need to take the vaccine. You need to take the vaccine. But it's also, the vaccine has become, in a lot of ways, almost like a religious thing.
Yeah.
It's like you have to believe in the vaccine. It's like you have to do this thing.
I understand that they're trying to say that these things aren't a replacement for a vaccine, but I don't know why you can't say, hey, we've got an effective vaccine and here are treatments as well.
Because you don't make as much money on the vaccine. Look, clearly the vaccines have influence on media. If you watch that video compilation, Anderson Cooper, brought to you by Pfizer. You've seen that compilation, right?
Yes.
It's show after show after show, brought to you by Pfizer. Clearly, that is going to limit their ability to criticize. It's just going to. It's just going to. Whether it's a spoken or unspoken thing, there's going to be some pushback.
Yeah.
And that has an effect. And also it has an effect, the term anti-vaxxer has an effect. So there's a lot of people who want to take the vaccine.
You've gotten other vaccines?
I've got all of them.
Yeah.
Everything except COVID, and I almost got COVID. I almost took the COVID vaccine. I remember
you almost took it.
The only reason why I did it is because the UFC wanted me to go to a hospital instead of... I thought I could do it at the UFC offices. I went there, and that was the understanding. And they're like, for whatever reason, whether it's the CDC or whatever, they said, you got to go down to the hospital. I said, well, I can't today. Today's the fight. I was going to do it the day of the fights.
Right.
I was just like, shoot me up. I thought I didn't even think of a side effect. I was like, we're gonna be. Nobody even knew side effects were a thing back then.
Right.
But then they pulled it. But I was supposed to come back within 2 weeks. I said I'll come back in 2 weeks because I'm gonna be back here again.
Right.
And I go and I'll just come a day early and we'll do it at the hospital. And then they pulled it during that time period. And I was like, what the fuck? And then 2 people I knew had strokes. And then I was like, what is going on?
And they had a stroke after they took the vaccine.
And that was Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the one that they're telling people to not take now because of rare blood clots. Like, how rare is it that you're telling people not to take it?
But did they get COVID?
I don't know, but I know 2 people who did get COVID that took the Johnson & Johnson, including Dana White. He got COVID.
But even the people that had strokes, they didn't get COVID.
They might have got COVID after they got strokes.
Right.
A lot of people
My
did.
point is that I think a stroke is a small price to pay for
it's
peace of mind.
If it's a minor stroke.
I think if you have a stroke, you have peace of mind. And you know that you're not going to be sick. I'd rather stroke out in a CVS after getting a vaccine than have to deal with COVID.
My friend just almost stroked out in a Walgreens.
After the vaccine?
They shot him up, and then...
But I don't know any of the... It's weird.
They give you 15 minutes.
All my friends are horribly unhealthy. They're all comedians, but none of them have had a stroke.
Well, this guy, it took his booster just last week.
Yeah.
And within 15 minutes, they had to take him to the hospital. His heart started racing and pounding, and he was freaking out, and he couldn't breathe, and he had to lie down, and then they took him off in an ambulance.
And this is a dude you just...
Yeah, it's a guy I know from L.A.
Yeah. Not good.
Not good. Yeah, like there's that thing. They tell you, wait here for 15 minutes in case you die.
Yeah.
And he almost
They told
died.
my agent that, and he goes, I'd rather die in my Tesla than die in a Walgreens. And he got in his car and left. So
stroked out on the
real
highway.
L.A. response.
That is
he goes, I'd rather die on the 101. Fuck you. Listen, it seems to be one of those situations where it's obviously you don't want to stroke out in a CVS.
No.
But you don't want to be one of these people who didn't take it and then you're in ICU going, I was wrong.
Right, but how many of those people could have been saved with monoclonal antibodies?
I don't know.
How about most of them?
Perhaps.
I bet a lot of them.
Some of them. If you get it early enough.
Yeah, but there's people that got it pretty deep in, and they still did really well.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who got it 14 days in. He was wrecked, and then 14 days in, he finally got a hold of monoclonal antibodies, cleared it right up.
Yeah.
Within 3 days, he said he was good to go.
But it's not working for the new variant.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Well, Ben took it. The monoclonal didn't really affect him. Like for me, for Delta, I was better 2 days later.
Listen to that word, Delta. How do you know what variant you got?
That was the one that was spreading in
summer. Me too. But but what happened to the first one? It took a vacation?
I don't know.
It's not around anymore? It's not working anymore?
Well, that was the one they were talking about.
Yeah, but how do we know? This is what's driving me crazy. Where they're like, we're going to pull the monoclonal antibodies because Omicron it's not effective for Omicron. What about all the people that don't have Omicron?
That have the other one.
Do you don't think that Delta's still around?
Sure.
Did it stop?
Well, it's weird that they're pulling it in general. Why would you pull a medication?
Dude, I don't buy any of this shit.
Yeah.
I have seen so much fuckery. I've talked to so many doctors that are talking about this. I've seen doctors get removed off of Twitter for suggesting off-label use of medications that have been proven to be effective, at least anecdotally.
It's very strange that people are being penalized for prescribing harmless medication.
Yeah.
That's
literally harmless.
That's
literally harmless. Or the best thing you could do is just do nothing. It's either that or do nothing.
Yeah. It's strange. It's absolutely strange. I think that it's a hard call to make with the vaccine because there are people that have gotten hospitalized and died that don't have it.
Yeah.
So that makes people go, oh, fuck.
I think if you have the vaccine, you are clearly better protected than someone who doesn't have the vaccine, particularly if you're not in good shape. If you're not healthy.
Which is the majority of America.
It's like, what did we say the other day? The 40% of America is obese? Is that what it was?
Oh, it's more. It's much more.
Something high like
And then the ones that aren't are like a lot of them are pill heads.
Yes.
Or they're overworked, they're stressed, they're drunks.
Yeah.
They're dark web pedophiles.
There's
the
a lot of
country's
people
a
that
mess.
are fucked.
The country's a mess.
And how many people are on medications that also disturb your immune system?
100%.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people that are
Well,
on...
the other thing is we ignore, part of the COVID thing has been it's taken all of the oxygen out of the conversation. We have an opioid epidemic. We have all kinds of other health problems, too.
More people have died from opioids this year from 18 to 49 than anything.
Yeah.
More than 100,000 people, 18 to 49, have died from opioids.
Yeah, I mean...
From fentanyl in particular.
Fentanyl, laced cocaine is a huge problem.
That's a real epidemic, and you hear a fucking peep about it on CNN. You don't hear a goddamn peep.
They don't care.
They also don't talk about the people that get arrested that work for them that are perverts.
There's a lot of that.
Have you seen that?
There's more than
There's
that
2 now.
than you would think.
Yes.
Because it's weird. But the CIA has that problem, too.
Do they?
They have that problem, too.
CIA has
and the
pedophiles
NSA
working for them?
Yeah.
Well, so is it like a cop? Is it like a cop who's a drug dealer?
It's
like you're around it and you can't. You say, "I'm going to try it."
I don't know what it is, but there's a major issue at the CIA and the NSA with like some of their contractors and some of the people that work there doing horrible things and getting caught.
Where is this? I haven't even seen.
I mean, Jamie can pull it up, but this is legit.
He's working on it.
I mean, these are people that are working within highly sensitive intelligence matters, and you would think that these institutions would know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And these people are on the dark web, and they're like, I mean, it's crazy.
Too much power. People have too much power.
People have too much power.
I mean, this is what we're seeing over. Look, the fact that people are. Here it is. Secret CIA files say staffers committed sex crimes involving children. Holy shit. Declassified CIA Inspector General reports show a pattern of abuse and a repeated decision by federal prosecutors not to hold agency personnel accountable.
Huh. Odd.
Wow.
That's odd.
You think they're like, this is bad for PR. Let's just pretend it didn't happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is also, we know for a fact that these people for years and years and years have used this as a way to blackmail and entrap people.
Yes.
And, you know,
that's
I mean,
true.
This is reality. You know, it's unfortunate.
Secretly amassed credible evidence that at least 10 of its employees and contractors committed sexual crimes involving children. Holy shit. Holy
Crazy.
shit. Oh, my God. Look at this. Scroll down. One employee had a sexual contact with a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old girl. He was fired. A second employee purchased 3 sexually explicit videos of young girls filmed by their mothers. He resigned.
It's crazy.
Third employee, I don't even want to fucking read this.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
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 Well, listen, we're
Nobody's
at the
perfect.
end of an empire.
Oh, yeah.
This is how it ends. This doesn't turn around.
I'm gonna show you how it ends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this
And-
to Jamie so you see how it ends.
I think China will be okay.
China's gonna do great.
I think China will be okay. I don't worry about China like everyone else does.
Did you know that they're already deliberating for the Maxwell trial? I didn't know that it was almost over.
What?
Yeah, they're pausing.
Well, that was a
deliberations
trial.
until
The
Monday.
Ghislaine Maxwell show trial was it was absolutely a completely unserious attempt.
Look at this. The judge in the Maxwell trial asked jurors to deliberate today. They said no, thank you. Interesting.
Well, because it's the holidays.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
I mean,
the
you
weekend
got to enjoy Christmas without talking about this creep and his British girlfriend diddling children on an island. Like, there's got to be some level of like, hey, we're trying to decorate our tree. Can we take 3 days and not do this?
Go put that back. We could see what it said. Look at this. Frustration grows over heavily redacted Epstein pilot's flight logs. Let me stop right there. Because if they could show Bill Clinton flied with him 26 fucking times, who are they redacting?
Well, I think people that are currently in positions of power. You got to realize the Clintons are done.
Right.
They're done. They were very powerful, but they're done. But there's a lot of prime ministers. There's a lot of senators. There's a lot of congressmen. There's a lot of people that are still presidents, vice president, who knows, that are still in power that they may be protecting.
My favorite is when they asked Bill Gates about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he's dead now.
Yeah.
So, did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
That is the wildest answer ever
Well,
to
all
why
these
did you have
creepy-
a relationship with a pervert.
All these, right, he's dead. He's gone. All these creepy tech guys are nerds. They make all this money, and then this guy shows up and goes, "Hey, I got all these chicks on an island.
Yeah.
They don't ask too many questions." And
this
is the oh, here we go.
Play this because this is the end of an empire, and this is Gad Saad said that, and he's definitely right. He said American's been a hell of a run, but it's over.
Yeah, no, it's not looking.
This is a lady is singing. It says the East Room. The people in the background all have masks on. She doesn't have masks on. Why doesn't she have a mask on either?
Right.
It doesn't make any. These two old white ladies have no mask. All the people of color and the diversity behind them are masked up.
That's true.
Yeah, makes no sense. Look, you have, it's almost like they picked it on purpose. You have some African Americans, you have a smattering of Asians, you have, looks like Latinas. You don't have any white people except the two white people that have no masks on. It's fucking, it is a rules for you and not for me video. Look at this. The only people without masks are white people. This is like a secret message they're sending out. Look at this. These old ladies should be nowhere near people. Do they not know about the Omicron?
Well, they're singing. So the two without masks are singing.
Yeah, but everyone's singing.
But is this about the vaccine or not?
But they're all singing.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing nurses' outfits. Those people are singing. There's other voices.
Yeah.
So either they're lip syncing or they're singing along because they're moving their face and they're moving their hands and their jaws are moving. Their masks are moving like they're singing. So are they filtered? Is that what the idea is? They're being safe?
Where is the president?
He's dead.
Yeah. I mean,
did you see him give answers to a press conference the other day? He took questions.
I shouldn't even be doing this, right?
No, it was beautiful. He took questions yesterday, and they started asking him about tests, and he just kept saying the same thing. Nobody saw this coming. It's like this thing, this Omicron. Nobody saw it. And as it goes on for like 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Like as it goes on, you're like, oh my God, he's gone.
Yeah, he's out.
He's worse than he was a month ago. He's getting worse.
He's progressively declining.
Yeah.
It seems. Yeah. And then Kamala Harris, they're trying to ice her out. All the press coming out is like she's
Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
And they're going to bring Harris. Michelle Obama and Harris. Harris comes back as the vice president. Michelle Obama's the president. We get a double dose of diversity.
They'll win.
Let's go, champ.
They'll win. And then who's on the Republican side? DeSantis?
Trump and DeSantis. Together. They have to make a super team. It's the only way they win.
Interesting.
That's the only way they win. Super team.
Trump comes out as the president.
Yeah, if Michelle Obama, I really believe if Michelle Obama runs,
she might win.
She wins.
Yeah.
I think she wins.
She's good.
She's great.
Yeah,
she's
good.
intelligent.
Yeah.
She's articulate. She's the wife of the best president that we have had in our lifetime in terms of like a representative of intelligent, articulate people. She could win.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that would stop is if she bought into some of these policies that are destroying businesses in America that make people scared. If she somehow or another supported or showed any support for lockdowns and mandates and all this craziness that's going on. If she did.
Well, I think God willing, we're on the other end of that. And I think that the problems now with like the defunding the cops and stuff, they seem to be reversing all of those policies in these cities where homicide rates have skyrocketed.
Well, they're going to have to. I mean, there's no other solution. But
people in L.A. are getting gun in the face when they're eating dinner. They're being attacked. It's like, now some of it's overstated to a degree because, like, obviously the media is it's the media, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like they're going to run with it and get people excited about something. But there's a real uptick in crime in wealthy areas, and those people are unhappy. That woman who just got killed in her Beverly Hills home,
that's
tragically.
The CEO of Netflix's mother-in-law.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they gunned her down in her Beverly Hills house.
Yeah, so those types of things are, I think, making a lot of people go, hey, this wasn't the best idea.
Not enough people, though. I mean, people should be in the fucking streets protesting. Like the district attorney. See, the district attorney called cops pigs, essentially. The L.A. district attorney said, when you roll around with pigs, you get dirty. That was the way he described like what's going on with crime in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah,
and he
well,
said, this is just a metaphor about being dirty. It has nothing to do with cops. And like,
yeah, that was probably not the greatest choice.
See if you can find when he said that, because you got it right here. Play it here. Listen to this. L.A. District Attorney George Gascon, who's like the biggest fucking communist in all of law, was asked to respond to L.A. Sheriff Alex, how do you say that?
Villanueva, who's a great sheriff. He's like actually really good.
My dad used to say, when you wrestle with a pig, you both get muddy, and the pig likes it. Says he didn't use the word to demean law enforcement. Just play it, because
look, I'm going to, my dad used to say that when you wrestle with a pig, you both get muddy and the pig likes it. Okay? And that's not pig in terms of using the term as to law enforcement, as to people that often act in ways that I believe that are not consistent with the decorum.
Yeah, I mean, he's mentally ill. I mean, to say that is crazy.
Psychopath.
No, it's a psychotic statement.
And he's saying this about the L.A. sheriff.
No, it's crazy.
When you wrestle with a pig, you both get money, and the pig likes it. Yeah. Imagine that this guy's still in office.
Yeah, no,
imagine.
It's crazy.
This guy has let so many fucking still in people office.
Out. This effete wine merchant.
He's worse, though.
He's worse. Yeah, he's bad.
He's the worst, because he's letting people off that pull guns on people, pull knives on people.
Well, the guy who did the Waukesha massacre had stabbed his girlfriend, and he was like let out on like $1,000.
I thought he tried to run her over.
Oh, he tried to run her over with a car.
Yeah,
he tried to run her over with a car.
And he was out on $1,000 bail.
$1,000 bail,
and then he killed 10 people.
Then he mowed, which the media, talked about it like it was a car.
Yeah, caused by an SUV.
Yeah. But he's out on $1,000 bail, ran over the mother of his children, girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
And then came out and killed somebody. So these policies aren't working.
No. Not even remotely.
No.
Not even remotely. And
it's a problem.
And the thing is, they get funded, and this was explained to me by the governor.
Yeah.
He was explaining to me how these people get funded, and then they'll fund someone who's even more progressive to challenge that person.
Right.
And it's almost like someone's trying to destroy these cities.
Right.
It's like San Francisco. Well, San Francisco just made an about face.
Yeah.
The mayor of San Francisco just called for an emergency.
San Francisco's looking a little better. I was just there. It's starting to look a little better.
Well, she called for a state of emergency that's going to allow them to set up treatment centers, to clean up the streets. And with a state of emergency, she could just go in and start doing things. And so she's decided that she's going to put an end to things. And I hope it makes sense.
Austin has issues too.
Yeah.
But they did make a lot of progress with some of the homeless encampments and things like that.
They did with that, but the fucking murder rate's up 178%.
Yeah, it's a problem.
From last year. They defund the police. This is what happens.
Yeah.
You can't defund the police.
You can't get rid of police.
No,
it's not a good idea.
It's not smart.
You should have them. They should be accountable. They should be retrained.
Yeah.
There should be many things instituted. They should maybe face penalties in civilian courts. When they do something, it shouldn't be an internal slap on the wrist. That's how you get the CIA letting the pedophiles off. So they should be subject to the same laws that they enforce.
Right.
That being said, you get rid of them, you already have in LA, people are hiring private security. So really wealthy areas are now hiring their own private security. So that's the this is what happens when you get rid of public, and by the way, the private security is not going to be better than cops.
Right.
They're unaccountable. Like, would you ever want, you may be against a war, but there's no argument that like mercenaries, like the Blackwater, whatever they call it now, Z, like Eric Prince's company, there's no argument that they're going to be better than trained soldiers because they're unaccountable.
Well, most of them are trained soldiers that then move into
but then they're then they can do whatever they want.
That's the whole purpose.
It's the whole purpose, right?
Yeah.
So if you get rid of a public, you're going to have order somehow. If you get rid of this public police force, you're just going to have private police forces that are made up of maybe ex-military, ex-intel people, and they're not going to be accountable to anybody.
Yeah, none of this is a good idea. And the idea that you should get rid of the cops, like, okay, you'd have to go down the line. Like, is there a problem with any crime? So what do you want to do about that?
That's
no
right.
cops at all?
Yeah. Well, the argument is if we give money to, causes, social justice causes, right? Mental health care, education, early intervention. All those things are valuable and valid, but they're not replacing if a guy's trying to kill someone in a house, who are you going to call?
What's worse than that, because it actually ramps up crime because the criminals find out that there's no cops out there.
That's
and
right.
The cops are toothless. And so they ramp. That's how you get all these smash and grabs. Do you see how they put razor wire around the Santa Monica Promenade?
Yeah.
They put razor wire bales like it's a fucking high security prison to keep people from smash and grabbing because it's been that
They have
many.
it around the Westfield Mall, too, in Century City. Yeah.
It's crazy. The decay of Los Angeles right before our eyes over 2 years has been fucking staggering.
Well, it's Minnesota, it's Los Angeles, it's San Francisco, it's New York has problems, it's Chicago, it's Baltimore. If you look at the homicide rates in all these cities, they're all going up.
Yeah,
they're all going up.
Yeah, and they blame COVID, but they all have in common that they defunded the police departments. They all have that in common.
Well, also I think there's also a problem with the idea that you can have a civilization and a society where people are, we all want a respectable relationship with law enforcement. We all want people to be treated well.
Yeah.
But you can't have a society where you have zero order, because then order is going to be imposed. There's businesses that are gangs will protect businesses, right?
Yeah.
Mafia will protect businesses. There's going to be some order in society. There's going to be an organizing principle. And if the state doesn't have a monopoly on violence, you have Kyle Rittenhouse. So you have people that are going to take it into their own hands. You have vigilantism. It's inevitable.
Yep.
So that's the other problem is you go, okay, you can't have a society where you go, violence is okay for the things we agree with, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And over the last couple of years, people go, oh, well, if you're on the right side of this political issue, you can throw that brick through a window.
Punch a Nazi.
Punch a Nazi.
Yeah.
You get to decide who's a Nazi.
Yeah.
You get to decide whose property is to be respected and whose isn't.
Yeah.
So if you get rid of that idea that we should have, that you can't use violence, if you get rid of that idea, you're opening the gates of hell.
You are. And the question is this complete, total incompetence on the part of the lawmakers and of the politicians and of the people that are orchestrating this?
Right.
Or is there some manipulation behind the scenes that's designed to make the country fall apart so that people fall in line and that they comply easier because they're scared and because it's chaos?
Well, it's probably both.
I don't know.
Right?
Maybe. It's probably both.
Probably both.
Probably
Because
both.
people like China, these foreign entities do want America to collapse, right?
For sure.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And we also, at this point, the people that are running for things at this point in our decline are crazy. So the people that want to be in Congress now are insane.
Yeah.
For the look at all the jobs you could get, and you would become a congressman.
Right.
That's why a lot of these lunatics are like, these are the showmen, the crazy people. The guys like, let's all get AR-15s and sit in the living room.
Yeah.
2 days after a school shooting. I mean, it's like, have a little tact.
Is that a congressman that did that? Is that what it is?
Like Thomas Massey, I think, did it.
Where's he from?
He did like my tweet because I said he couldn't afford a whole couch. They're sitting on a very tiny couch.
He didn't like it?
No, he liked it because I said, you spend all your money on guns, you can't afford a whole couch. They're sitting on this weird love seat.
He hit the like button?
Yeah, he hit the like because they're crazy. They don't care anymore. They're all completely insane. Look at this. So they're on this little love seat because they can't afford a couch because they spent all their money on artillery. And I said that, and he liked it. He liked my tweet.
He's got solid trigger discipline, though. Everybody does. Not one person has their
Yeah,
finger
but
on
this
the
is
trigger.
2 days after
Yeah,
they had
not
a school
good.
shooting.
Not good.
Where a 15-year-old heroic kid, this kid Tate Meyer, died.
Yeah.
Trying to save.
Yeah.
You're putting up that photo like, what do you know what
Right.
it is? But this is the caliber of human being we have now in Congress.
And then
Everybody from Ilhan Omar to Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of them they act more like comedians. They want attention. They want to get a book deal. None of them seem interested in solving any of the problems. None of them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
None of them. No, they all want, because by the way, the art of politics is some level of compromise. All of these people just have their brand.
Yeah.
And they get out, Ilhan Omar, Cory Bush, they're just like, fuck Whitey, fine. On the other side, they're like, let's get the guns. And so they all have their brands, and nobody has any interest in reaching across
Cory Bush has ever said fuck Whitey? Really?
Everything's white supremacy.
Yeah?
Everything's white supremacy. Every single thing that ever happens that's not good in this country has to do with white supremacy. If she's in traffic, it's white supremacy. It's a completely unserious attempt to build any coalition. How do you build a coalition? By telling people every day, you're white, you have privilege, you didn't work hard for anything you earned, you're the problem, and we have to remake society, and you have to apologize every single day. That turns them and makes them go, you know what? I'm going to go with the guy sitting with the gun. Thanks. I'll go with the guy with the gun on the couch. If these people were serious about even attaining power, but they're not. I think they don't want to get anything done. They don't really care. They just want to be as loud and as, they want to just be as much of the picture as they can be. They want to dominate.
They are like comedians in that one thing you'll see with certain comedians is they start to get a little bit of attention doing a certain thing, and then they really leaned into it. They become like hardcore right-wing or hardcore left-wing.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz and that whole thing, which is the QAnon section of Congress. Okay.
Is Matt Gaetz QAnon as well?
Probably.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is, right?
Hardcore. She was like, they make all these allusions to Trump coming back. I mean, they know what they're doing, right? They know exactly what they're doing. And then the other side, you have the squad, and then they know what they're doing. Yeah. So you have these, and then in the vast center is just criminals who are insider trading and selling stock the minute they find out there's a pandemic.
Well, Nancy Pelosi, when they asked her about that, we showed the video. They asked her about insider should they stop Congress people or members of doing any kind of trading or trading in individual stocks? She's like, well, no to that.
Yeah.
They're Americans. It's open market.
Yeah, it's an open market.
We should be able to participate.
Yeah. Well,
she's worth $200 million.
She's a criminal. Chuck Schumer, all these people. Yeah. Ted Cruz, like all of these guys are not to be taken seriously. They're just not to be taken seriously.
They are what we have.
They're what we have.
No one wants that job.
Except crazy people.
Well, there's a few that aren't crazy. There's a few interesting people that just want to be leaders. But there's a lot of that needing attention thing, like you're saying. It's totally true.
Yeah. What's it, that Kristen Sinema in Arizona? Yeah. Who's the bisexual yoga chick with the green hair. Yeah. And she's just like, listen, I don't know anything about the Build Back Better Act or whatever. I don't know too much about it.
I don't think anybody knows about it.
Right. But I don't feel like her opposition to it is like principled opposition. She wants attention. She goes, Fox News will hire me in 2 years, and they'll give me $5 million a year instead of sitting in Congress for $250,000.
I'll go get $5 million. She's doing?
Absolutely.
Really?
Of course.
So she's leaning into that direction because she used to be like way more progressive, right?
Of course.
And then she's starting to accept money and start to do things.
Fuck it. Megyn Kelly's out. I'm in. Yeah. Kristen Sinema's in. I'll get a nice big house in that Olive Garden of she lives in California. It'll look like an Olive Garden. All those houses do in Arizona. And I'll sit there in my pool and I'll broadcast and I'll scream and yell and I'll get all this money.
They do look like Olive Gardens.
They all do. Yeah. I mean, it's.
Why is that?
I don't. This is, because the people that live in them like eating there, probably. But this woman is not as serious. This isn't like a serious public servant. I mean, it's laughable.
Do you think they start off wanting to be a serious public servant, and once they get in there, they just realize it's horseshit?
It's a scam.
From the jump.
From the jump. She goes, I want to be Jennifer Aniston, but I can't be. What are the avenues in society that are available to me? She goes, I don't want to work at the local office at Geico. What if these people are not qualified to do anything? It wasn't the choice between her own tech company, Goldman Sachs. Do you know what she used to do, Kristen Sinema, before she was didn't she teach yoga? She's like an idiot that babbles about crystals, and she goes, "You know what? I can become a congresswoman, which anyone can. I think I can."
Well, it says she had became an adjunct professor teaching master's level policy and grant writing at Arizona State.
No one cares.
School of Social Work.
Yeah, great.
She's a teacher.
She's a teacher.
And
Fine.
adjunct business law professor.
And she got bored with that. She was bored with that. So she goes, you know what I'll do? Let me go to Congress and let me kick up some dust. And now that she's in Congress, she's like, I want out.
What did they follow her into the bathroom about?
Oh, I don't know. They're yelling at her about the thing, that she won't pass the bill.
What was that, the Build Back Better bill?
Yeah.
But here's the thing about that bill. Who's read it? Isn't it thousands of pages long?
Oh, for sure. But every piece of legislation, who's read any piece of legislation?
Right.
I've never read anything. I didn't read the Patriot Act when they said there's 19 new agencies and there's 15 color-coded levels of threat. Like, nobody reads anything.
You remember that when they were like, it's code orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Build Back Better is. I guess it's like there's a lot of, I think the controversial stuff is the energy stuff. They're going to tax people.
Oh, that's right, for energy expenditure.
Consumption taxes.
Yeah, so like if you drive a lot, you have to pay a tax on the amount of miles that you drive. The problem with that is that's going to give the government access to your car. Because they're going to have to track that. So you're going to have to write down your miles.
It hurts. You know, when they did this in New York City, they put congestion taxes on the Ubers. They then raised their prices. Yeah. People that were relying on that to get to work now, because the subway was not efficient, so you could go, I could trust the subway and then be late at that point. Or you could go, I could get in this Uber pool or whatever. Unfortunately, that affected a lot of people in New York. It was more expensive to take an Uber to work. Yeah. So you had to go back to the bus and subway and hope that it was working. So that's, I think, in the Build Back Better Act, the problem is like, how much can regular people shoulder the burden of climate change? But that's the debate, right? Because if you do nothing,
the problem with any sort of problem, whether it's climate change or anything, is then these industries pop up and offer themselves as a solution.
That's right.
And then they become like some sort of they become a self-sustaining sort of they become a thing, like a unit. Like if you have climate change and then something comes along and says like we can solve climate change, and then they become a consortium, or they become some sort of a conglomeration or a corporation. Now you have this thing that is it's got control of it and it's profiting off of climate change, just like we have with medical problems.
We also know that the sacrifices that people are asked to make are never evenly distributed in society.
Right.
So if you come to people and say, hey, we'd like you to drive less, we'd like you to use less energy. The same way with Gavin Newsom sitting there maskless at a dinner at the French Laundry, you go, oh, those rules are not the rules that I have to play by.
Right.
So I think people are inherently skeptical of these, pushes to make people sacrifice, because they go, wait a minute, but you guys still get private jets, right?
Yeah.
And you guys still get these massive conferences.
Yeah.
And you guys still, I think everybody, well, not everybody, but the vast majority of sane people want a better environment. Or they want to safeguard an environment. But you got to figure out a way to do it that doesn't bankrupt people, because people that don't have food don't have the luxury of worrying about the environment, because they go, I can't provide for my family.
But it does become an industry, and the climate change fighting industry will be an issue, because then you're going to have a bunch of people working for them. You're going to have a bunch of people that have a vested interest in making, and then you're going to have other individual industries that connect themselves to that start to fund it and become a part of it, whether it's electric cars or whatever it is. And then you have laws that are passed that penalize their opponents or penalize their competitors. There doesn't seem to be an easy solution, because everything becomes an industry. Well, it's also everything becomes an industry. As soon as you, well, that's the thing about profit and politics and profit and what the things that we're dealing with in this country in terms of like regulations. When you find out that regulations are passed and that the people who pass the regulations have relationships with businesses that are going to benefit from these regulations, right? You got fuckery, right? And when you have unchecked fuckery, that's called fraud.
Yeah.
That's a big part of American politics.
Yeah.
Getting money out of politics is one of the most important things that anybody could ever do, and no one wants to do it. If you could stop special interest groups, stop corporations, stop any people like that, any groups like that from contributing to political campaigns, then people would make decisions based on different things. They would have to get donations from the people, from the individual people. And if that's all you got,
Bernie Sanders did that, and they locked him out.
They did lock him out.
So they locked him out. Like he literally did that. He raised money, grassroots, and then they literally plotted at the DNC as a way to keep him out.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. They sandbagged him twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild that he never stands up and yells about that.
Well, I think he's not who people think he is. Like, I don't think he's a good, solid dude, for sure. He's not a revolutionary guy. I don't believe he's, if you look at the things like, you know, he accepted a bunch of military industrial complex jobs in his own state. He, you know, was pretty party line on a lot of things. And he departed from the orthodoxy on a few major things, the Iraq war and stuff, and we all know them. I think he's a principled guy, but I don't think he, because if he was a revolutionary guy, he goes, no, fuck it, vote for Trump. Like, he literally says, no, one of the party is rotten and it needs to be completely overhauled. So either don't vote or whatever. But like, he threw his support behind Hillary and then Biden. Yeah. Quite obviously after he had been kind of sandbagged, and they had arranged this so that he was going to lose. He had the momentum, certainly the second time, for sure.
For sure.
And I just don't think he's a revolutionary guy. I think he's a politician. He's been there 20, 30 years.
They just thought that he couldn't beat Trump, or do you think that they thought that he was going to be a problem if he got into office because he would sandbag a lot of...
Yeah, all of it. All of it. I mean, I think he's a guy... There's no photos of him on Epstein's Island. Like, he's not a guy that's played ball. He's not a play ball guy.
Right.
He's a guy that I think he was at the end of his life. He was old, so they can't hold that over his head, right? It's not like he's a young guy with a family dynasty that, you know, is trying to like preserve power for generations. He's an old guy that believes in the same things he's believed his entire life. That guy could be very dangerous in the presidency.
Do you think that there's another Epstein Island out there right now?
12. Better. Newer. Yeah. No, the kids go down a slide into a furnace. It's no. I mean, are you nuts? Of course there's a better island. But no. Marriott Bonvoy, whatever company that is now, they own every hotel in America. The Marriott Bonvoy, you know, they're dumb. Marriott owns everything. Go to any hotel now, it's just owned by Marriott.
Really?
They've taken over. They're building, new islands every day for billionaire pedophiles. Absolutely. I think it says it on their website. They're quite proud of it.
But, like, these freaks don't stop being freaks. So do they go cold turkey?
No, well, here's the deal. The blackmail now is online. They don't have to do the honeypots anymore. They can blackmail people online. They can just download porn on your computer. You can do all kinds of stuff.
They can do things to your computer, like put porn on your computer.
And they know what you're into now because they can just hack everything. That being said, freaks are not going to stop being freaks, and illicit streams of money, which the whole Epstein story was about that. People forget about that. It's also about illicit streams of capital and where they go. Epstein was like really good at hiding money for guys like Les Wexner, who's, you know, we never speak about, and all of these other billionaires. He was really good at that. That was what he was good at. And this money could come from drug running, money that is, you know, being sheltered from taxes, whatever. And
was he good at that, though?
Oh, yeah, he was pretty good at it.
Because Weinstein says that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And when it comes to capital and when it comes to finances, Weinstein said he was a fraud. He said when he met him, it was very clear right away this guy didn't know anything.
I will withhold comment because I don't want anyone to have a breakdown.
You mean Weinstein?
Yeah, I don't think Epstein was... Listen, Epstein was good enough to get into the circles that he got into, and I'm sure he knew a little bit about what was going on. Because I love Eric, but people say the same thing about Eric in his field, right?
I don't think they say it about his field. They say it about his theory of everything.
Whatever. People say it. So anyone can say anything about anyone.
Yes.
So what I'm here to defend is Jeffrey Epstein's good name. And his... I'm not going to let the Weinsteins trample on Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
Supposedly Eric was going to get called to testify in his trial, but that's not true. That was a rumor on Twitter.
Was that?
Yeah, but I think it was just fake.
Well, I mean, if he knew something, that could help. But the trial, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, is weird because it's a federal trial. So like you don't get the transcripts, you don't get to see it. You get sketchies, the weird drawings.
They have no interest in uncovering what was happening outside of this very small look, right? Like this very tightly conceived picture of Jeffrey and Ghislaine, but
they've controlled it very well.
They've controlled it very well, and they're also like, well, why? You know, they're not really looking at it from 30,000 feet and going, okay, why was this happening with impunity forever? And how did they have all of these contacts? And everyone knows it was an intel operation.
Yeah.
Every
right
person
now in a New York
knows.
court.
What's that?
It's auto-played video. I didn't mean for that.
Everyone knows that. And the job of the media is to steer it away from that.
Seeing what they're saying.
Closing arguments. Let's hear what she has to say. But it's CNN, so they're probably lying.
Right. Well, I just was saying, you got to get information from all sources.
Has more.
First up is the prosecution. They will try to tie together the testimony of the 24 witnesses that they called at the trial. 4 of them are accusers, women who say that they were sexually assaulted by Epstein when they were giving him massages. These women testified that Ghislaine Maxwell helped recruit them, helped arrange their travel and their massage appointments, and at times participated in the alleged sexual assault. Then Maxwell's attorneys will have a turn to address the jury. They say that she has been scapegoated, that the only reason why she is on trial is because Jeffrey Epstein isn't. He died by suicide while awaiting trial. They're also expected to attack the credibility of these accusers, saying that they were motivated by money and that their memory of these events that took place more than 20 years ago is faulty. Maxwell faces 6 charges and as much as 70 years in prison if convicted of all counts.
Yeah. I mean, she's going to be sacrificed or she's going to get out, but they'll never
let her out. I don't think she's getting out.
They're never going to talk about the role that this played in how the world is run, which people don't want to talk about, right? The idea that you have all of these powerful people in all of these different arenas, tech, the government, and finance, all of these people are quite guilty or seemingly very guilty of these nefarious activities. They were being blackmailed. They were being filmed. And, well, does that have an impact on how the world is run? And nobody wants to have that conversation, but it very clearly does, right? Who are the people that hold those videotapes? And what do they want out of the people that were videotaped?
Right. And
that's a real question.
Are there really videotapes? Is that real?
There have to be.
You think so?
Well, there's video equipment. What the hell's the point? You think he
Maybe
was just
they want to make a movie?
Yeah, he's a collecting. He's a camera collector. No, this I believe this entire thing, and it's not that I believe, it's that it's well researched. This is very much the family business for the Maxwell family. They're an intelligence family. Dad was a super spy for the Mossad. He had a media empire. He was a conglomerate in the UK. Her sisters are very deep in tech. And, you know, she ran the pedo ring. This was an intel family.
It's wild.
That was the family business. Entrench, get into governments, get in with powerful people. They call them access agents. You're an access. You provide me access to Bill Clinton. Well, Clinton likes women. And on the younger side, okay, we can get access to him. So by doing what they're doing and getting all this information, the problem is it destroys the idea that we're living in this society where people have a debate of, like, the reason they can't build the bill back, they can't get the Build Back Better Act passed. The reason they can't get that act passed is because Jeffrey is dead. Like, if he could have blackmailed Joe Manchin, the act is passed. So truly, you know, this is the type of governing.
Do you think that's how it was used?
Absolutely.
So you think it was used by people to get whatever they were trying to get passed through?
Absolutely.
And whatever regulations dropped?
I think if you're a billionaire and you have a corporation and you have interests, do you want some, you know, senator or congressman from a small, tiny state getting in the way of your ability to make money? No. So what do? You got to leverage. You got to use leverage to get them to do what you want them to do.
But then if that's the case, what about the scientists?
Well, he was a freak. That's the other thing. Epstein, well, it was very odd. A lot of the scientists were very brilliant, top of their field guys. He was curious about like seeding, starting a new human race. I mean, yeah, Epstein wanted to like, start a new race of people. I mean, it was crazy.
What are you talking about?
No, this is well documented.
A new race of people?
He wanted to like seed the planet with his like offspring.
What?
He was nuts.
Did he have children?
He was an eccentric. He did not have children.
So he was like just one of those guys
he was an eccentric,
that talks
but also
about
like
working out but never does?
That's right. So but guys like Bill Gates and these guys, they're also obviously everything now is tech. Everything is tech. Every company to some degree is a tech company. So Epstein cozying up with tech people, you see when the blackmail operation goes from nuts and bolts, honeypot to, the future of this will very much be tech. And that's why you see him cozying up with all of those tech people. It's not an accident.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein hoped to seed human race with his DNA. But how do you know this isn't just one of those stories that they write about him after he's dead or while he's arrested because they want to smear him?
I guess he's still alive at this point, I think.
Yeah, or while he's arrested, like I said.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a conceivable thing that he'd want to do.
Yeah.
He's an eccentric guy around very interesting, intelligent people, and I'm sure this comes up.
I just think the scientist aspect is very strange because there was a lot of them. There was a lot of like top flight scientists. And I'm wondering if he tried to compromise them so that he could get them to distort data.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or get them to like if you had a government agency, there was an intelligence agency, and they wanted to get something passed, and you had access to all these scientists, you could compromise the scientists and then say, look, you don't have to include that part. How about you stand up for this and come up with a reason why this is a good idea?
100%. I think it always worked like that. I think by getting, and by the way, after his, conviction for whatever he got convicted for, and he served time, in like Club Fed down there, even a dinner with somebody was compromising them because, you're now with this guy.
Right.
You didn't want that to be out in the open. So I think his job was to basically get as much information as he could and get as much leverage as he could. Now, for who? That's the question.
Yeah, that is a question. It's just wild how many people hung out with him after he had got arrested and then prosecuted and then convicted of being a pedophile.
Well, you made that good point about Roman Polanski. A lot of people went out and defended Roman Polanski and said, hey, he's a great director. And I'm sure they were like, Jeffrey got a massage from a girl. Well, because you could hear it secondhand. Rich people, like secondhand, will be like, yeah, he got a massage from a girl. Turns out she was underage. That's probably what was said, right? I mean, and also they know, but nobody in that world wants to get too down the rabbit hole because they all know that people die. That's the other thing. People disappear. And so when you're around these weird people that have all these intelligence connections that are all over the world and their friends are presidents and kings and queens and prime minister, if you get an invitation, a lot of times you take it.
Well, the way we do it here is so much less dangerous to folks like that than the way they do it in China.
Right. So, which is why China will win.
China is, they're ruthless. They're so ruthless that they got Amazon. Shout out to China.
Shout out to China.
They got Amazon to take down everything except 5-star reviews of Xi Jinping's new book. Have you seen that?
No, but that's amazing.
Pull that up.
But I bet it's a good book. And
that is how you say it, right? Xi Jinping?
Yes. And fuck the people that are slandering that because I bet it is a good book.
Do you think it's a 5-star book or a 4.5-star book?
I bet it's a 5-star book.
Oh.
And if China wants to compete with Patreon, they can DM me. I'll be the first show on China's new streaming service.
You just can't criticize China ever.
Who would want to criticize China?
Like John Cena.
I love it. I had a friend there that moved there to teach English, and it's great.
Really?
Sometimes there's homeless people, and then sometimes there's not, because then they're in the river.
Amazon partnered with China propaganda arm. Yeah, but about the book.
No, yeah.
Is this about the book?
Yeah. I mean, the headline on another website linked to this. They took the headline and made it different.
So Amazon reportedly took down reviews of Chinese president's book after demands. Amazon.com currently offers G's book with positive reviews from Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg and HuffPost. Whoa.
What's interesting about the way they do it over there is if a billionaire steps out of line, they either lock him, they just get him.
Yeah.
They go get him.
They go get him. And either they kill him, or they throw him in some prison somewhere and you never hear from him again.
Right.
And they just take turns fucking him.
Yeah.
Or they make him eat his children.
And
to stay
Saudi Arabia
alive.
did that where they locked everyone up in the Ritz-Carlton. Like, that seems to be the only way to get these people in line.
Yeah. Well, they do it. They do it over in China in a very ruthless way. And they almost did it with Jack Ma, right? They made him disappear for a few months.
Yeah.
And then he came back. He was,
Well, they have one ruling family. And they're like, we are the law. And even though you have a lot of money, you can't displease us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. But when you run a country like that, you go, how do you beat them?
It's going to be very difficult.
How do you beat a country that runs like a corporation with one ruling party that goes...
Not just a corporation, but a corporation that has access to all the information that gets distributed.
Yes.
Like they've literally locked up the internet. They don't have the regular internet over there.
Yeah.
And they have 1 billion people.
And they have 1 billion people. It's going to be tough to beat them. Do we jump ship now? Will there be rewards for us jumping ship is the question.
I think we're going to become them.
You know what I mean?
I think that's going to be the argument for competing with China.
Because we have to become them.
The social credit score system, that kind of shit.
The journalist Whitney Webb, who I've had on my show, said that there was a real push years ago saying that if we want to keep our supremacy in the fields of AI and automation and things like that, we have to develop these systems and implement them before China does. And they are all, Chinese type of social credit score systems and surveillance systems and things like that. So that's a very probable outcome, is that we got to come up with this technology and export it to the rest of the world before China does.
Did you see the thing that Sagar did about the company in China where they were working? They sold 51% of the company to China.
Yes.
They work in the AR sector, and they just stole all of their intellectual property, changed the name of the company, and said, fuck you.
Yeah.
Now it's Chinese, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Did you see that Obama documentary on Netflix about the Chinese buys the American company?
No.
And then the Chinese people come over here, and they're like, you're so fat. Because everyone's like fat and slow. And China's like, you got to lose weight and start working hard.
What is this?
It's called American Factory, right, Jamie? It's called American Factory. The Obamas produced it. It's about a Chinese company that like buys an American and they come over here to America.
Is it fiction?
No, it is real. It's a documentary.
About what company?
I forget. It's a Chinese company that they come over here and they start. It's kind of crazy.
Factory.
Here, watch this.
Yeah, give me some.
Project that is going to help grow this community, give people jobs, and give a future to your kids and my kids.
Wow, they changed the name of the streets,
Where
Chinese
you sit
names.
Today
Crazy.
Used to be a General Motors plant, and now there are over 1,000 employees working here.
Is this a union shop?
It is our desire to not be.
他炸玻璃他必在，他什么信任什么缺陷。
What's our slogan? To stand still is to move back.
We hope someday to get this good.
他动作不要慢，一直掉，一直掉。
One of the most fascinating American documentaries released this decade.
There have been 11 complaints filed. Some workers claim unsafe working conditions and unfair treatment.
Doing the same thing over and over again, that wears on your body and your soul.
It says we're under enormous pressure here.
They told me that they had to be here 2 years, away from their family, no extra pay. I made it their house, they made it my home. We've just bonded.
I'm a riser.
I really admire Americans that can work 2 jobs. I thought they didn't have to make any sacrifices. So this is, what company is this that this is documenting? It seems like it's an auto company, right?
When a Chinese billionaire, here, go down, Jamie. It says when a Chinese billionaire reopens a factory and hires 2,000 blue-collar Americans, early days of hope and optimism give way to setbacks as high-tech China clashes with working-class America. So what's weird is that we have the American billionaires not. You have a Chinese billionaire coming in and reopening a factory in America and hiring Americans.
Yeah, I thought it was in Ohio.
Yeah.
I've heard of this plant.
So, I mean, good luck, everybody.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it is Ohio.
Oh, it's Ohio. Enough already, Jamie. We get it. It's the most important state in America.
He gets very excited when you talk about Ohio.
All he cares about is Ohio. It's a dump.
He doesn't want to move back there.
I'm
Notice
kidding.
That?
I do like it.
Notice he doesn't want to move there?
No, I mean, Ohio is, come on. I like it. Great audience.
Great pizza.
Stop.
He keeps saying that they have the best pizza.
He's mentally ill.
I mean,
they have good ice cream. Grater's ice cream. Black raspberry is good.
New York has the best pizza.
New York.
Are we in agreement?
New York is the best pizza. And Connecticut's very good, too.
Okay.
New York and Connecticut.
You think Ohio can fuck with New York when it comes to pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. You should go to a doctor.
I will say the one thing about Austin, the barbecue here is you can't get better barbecue in America. And I've been to Kansas City and I've been to all these places.
It's not possible.
It's the one thing in terms of food that there's no better barbecue than Austin barbecue.
No better.
It's really amazing.
Terry Black's, Franklin. How do you get better?
Yeah.
It's
La Barbecue.
La Barbecue, amazing.
Very good. They're all good. Yeah.
You just get different. You don't get better.
Yeah, it's true. It's very good. I will say that I went to Kansas City. I went to all these places, and I went, not impressed.
Yeah, I mean, they have good barbecue in other places, but I think this is the best.
This is the best.
Yeah. The food here is fucking insane.
There is some good food here. Sure,
There's
for sure.
a lot of good food here. They have absolutely the best sushi place on earth here. Have
Well,
you been to Sushi Bar
no,
ATX?
because you mentioned it, and now it's a 4-year wait.
Well, why don't you call your friend Joe and I'll get you hooked up?
I like how he goes, have you been there? I'm like, no, I've tried to go. There's
Why didn't
19
you ask
years.
Me? Why didn't you ask
I
me?
should ask you.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother you.
You don't have to bother me. You're my friend, Tim.
I know, but it's funny when you say that. He's like, have you been there? I'm like, no one can go anymore.
Well.
It's just you and Elon Musk in a spaceship landing, and they give you a spicy tuna roll, then you go back up. You know?
Did you see where they were trying to shame Elon for living in a nice house that's not even his? Have you seen this article?
Yeah, I mean, it's silly, but I think Elon doesn't he like this?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't like this?
I was texting with him about this.
Doesn't he go on Twitter all the time for this reason?
Well, he likes to fuck with people.
I think he likes this.
In that way, but he...
And the house is not that nice, by the way. With all due respect. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, here's the thing. He could buy 150 of those. Elon Musk says he lives in a $50,000 tiny house. Is he actually living at his friend's Austin mansion? Listen, I know for a fact he doesn't live there. He stayed there for a while when he first came to Austin.
Right.
He does not live there. And not only that, even if he did, it's not even his house.
Right.
So you're giving the richest guy on planet Earth a hard time.
Right.
Because he might have stayed in a nice house that wasn't his.
It's stupid.
But it's so crazy. Like,
It's
what do
silly.
you want him to do with that money? He's literally the richest guy in the world.
Yeah.
So what do you want him to do? Do you think he shouldn't live in a nice house on Lake Austin?
I don't think that, but I think people, we're at a point now where there's such a vast chasm between people that have a lot of money and the people of nothing, right?
Right.
And he's become kind of a symbol of that. So is Bezos, because they're literally now flying rockets into space.
Yeah.
So all the while you have all of these other problems and all of these other issues. So, obviously people are going to, and I think he likes the attention. This is not a guy that doesn't want to be famous. He loves fame. 100%. You don't agree?
I don't know if he loves it. I think he comes with the job, and I don't think he minds it.
Oh, I think he quite enjoys it. I mean, he seems to have fun.
Do you think he pursues it? He definitely has fun, but he has fun with a lot of things.
Is Warren Buffett tweeting every day like this?
No, but Warren Buffett is not also inventing 50 different things at the same time.
He's a multi-billionaire. I mean,
he is, but he's an investor.
Sure.
Elon Musk is digging tunnels under cities and shooting rockets into space and revolutionizing electric cars.
Where are the tunnels?
Well, there's one from Vegas to L.A. Have you seen it?
I've not seen it, and we don't need one. That tunnel should collapse with everyone going from Vegas to fucking L.A. That tunnel should collapse. I think he likes it. I think he likes being kind of the bad boy Jetsons. He's like a Jetsons
Did I tell you about when I went to Vegas with Whitney and we got stranded there and we had to drive all the way back? And
First of all, why did you got in a plane with Whitney?
Yeah, it's a good time. No, you wouldn't do it.
Her energy is so bad that I would think all the engines would fail. Like I love Whitney, but I'm just when I'm around her, I'm terrified that
I got a video that we have to play on the podcast because it's so extraordinary. But it is.
What was she doing in Vegas?
She had a gig. And so I introduced her at the gig.
What is she doing with these gigs? Doesn't she have enough money?
She doesn't have enough money.
She has
wants
tens
more money.
of millions of dollars.
She wants more.
So weird.
That's not how I feel.
She does these weird gigs. I'm like, why don't you just relax?
I would do those weird gigs too.
No, not. I mean, this is crazy.
No. It's a good move. Here, Jamie, I'm going to send.
It's a good move.
Yeah. I'm going to send you this. So we're at Andrew Schultz's wedding.
Yes.
And,
thanks for the invite. I'm kidding.
Listen, it's not my wedding.
No, nobody
you can come to my wedding.
No, none of us comedians got invited, but that's okay.
Is it getting to you, Jamie? It says. Oh, there you go. Okay. Hold on. It went away. Okay, hold on.
How was the food at the wedding? It looked a beautiful wedding.
It was actually sushi bar.
Oh, that's cool.
Sushi bar is a Montecito spot.
That's kind of cool.
Fantastic sushi.
It really did look like a beautiful wedding, and I'm very happy for him.
Is it coming through, Jamie? It says sending. There you go. Okay. It was awesome.
Yeah,
so
it looked cool.
We got a little lit. You know, me and the wife and Lex Friedman and Whitney. And we decided to fly. So Lex Friedman decided to not eat for 30 hours and drink bottles of whiskey.
What is his thing?
He was so blasted. So at the end of the night, we wind up, before you play this, at the end of the night, we wind up stranded in Vegas.
Right.
Because Whitney got a private jet to get there.
Yeah.
And then once they got her to the thing, they're like, get the fuck out of here. She did the gig. And then there's supposed to be a jet home. We got to the airport. They're like, "There's no one here. There's no crew."
She tried to blame it on vaccine mandates.
The jet's broken.
She's like, "Well, nobody wants to fly because of the vax." I'm like, "You just probably didn't book."
It's the jankiest jet.
Yeah, you didn't book an actual thing.
Yeah, wheels up. So take a look at this. Play this.
Oh, hello. I've been out here in Vegas. I went to Andrew Schultz's wedding, and Whitney Cummings, and my wife, and Lex Friedman. And then we went to Vegas, and Lex.
Oh my God.
Got a little drunk.
He looks like he just got the booster.
Now, I'm not drunk. I'm wide awake, and I'm drinking coffee. But
this is at 2 a.m, by the way.
So now, what did you guys do if you can't get back in the
We had to
plane?
get a drive. We get someone to drive us back.
To L.A.?
Yes.
4 hours?
4 hours.
In like an Escalade or something?
Yeah, SUV.
Suburban, yeah.
4 hours.
That's crazy.
That was the only way to get back.
Crazy.
Yeah, they were like, we can't get you any flights, and the airport was closed because it was after midnight, so there's no flights back. They don't fly out of Vegas late at night. They're like, fuck you, stay and lose money. So you just stay.
Yeah. Interesting. Did you, when you were in California, did you miss it a little?
No.
None.
Montecito's gorgeous, though.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
You didn't miss it a little bit?
Nope. No, the
You
traffic's...
didn't want to... You didn't think about how fun it would be to have a home invasion? You'd kill that guy. That old bitch got shot, Joe. You would kill that guy. Think
I don't
about
kill
it.
anybody, Tim.
I understand that, but you can. That old bitch wasn't ready. You're ready.
You think I'm ready?
You're ready.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Well, I went to California.
Yeah.
Did a little shooting. Bang, bang,
Yes.
bang. Went to Terran Tactical. Got some training in.
Did you go to Felix?
Went to Felix.
I know you go to
Yes,
Felix.
I
Yeah, it's
did.
very good.
Oh, my God. It's good. You want to see pictures?
Yes.
I'll show pictures.
It's great.
The food is fucking fantastic.
Get him to open something here.
He's actually thinking about it because they keep fucking with him. They keep and you know the mandates are out of control.
Well, it's also this is probably a good city where people should open. So they could open a restaurant here because there's definitely room.
Yeah,
you know,
there's room, and then
there's room.
Especially if you did it like on 6th Street,
Sure.
there's so much fucking open real estate.
Yeah,
so much available stuff.
Grab some,
and it's got a great food culture. Like there's so many people that like to go.
Eat. They like
try
to
to get
eat.
into Red Ash out here too.
It's hard, yeah.
It's fucking hard. Yeah,
It's
there's
hard,
a lot of, and then they have Jay Carver's, his new place.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great fucking restaurants out here, man.
Yeah,
Jeffrey's. Have you been to Jeffrey's yet?
I haven't been to Jeffrey's.
Sensational.
I think there's a lot of room too, though, for people that are trying to open stuff up if they can do it, and they have like a name in LA. If they come out here and as the city grows, their restaurant will grow.
Yes. Yeah, I think so for sure. Just this place is booming and it's just begun.
Well, this is Miami. What's interesting is that Austin and Miami became these pandemic destinations that are actually now, you have a huge tech influx to Austin. Goldman Sachs is moving their wealth management division down to Miami. Kathy Wood's ARK Investments moved down to St. Petersburg, Florida. Like New York and LA, which listen, I was always of the mind that those cities would always be the two big cities. I think we all were. But I think that now you are starting. I don't know what that will result in, but you are seeing a lot of people leave those cities.
Well, don't you think a lot of it has to do with taxes? It doesn't make sense financially to stay in those cities. Because you used to get a tax incentive. Like they used to get, even though the state taxes were high, you used to be able to take that state tax off of your federal tax.
Yeah, for
sure. You can't do that anymore. And that was something that was changed by Trump, apparently. Yeah. What is that? You would know better
I think
than
it's
I would.
coming back where you're going to be able to do that, but I think it's twofold, right? I think it's taxes. I also think quality of life right now, whether no matter how much into the crypto stuff you are or not, it's a massive disruption, right? Like blockchain technology is massive disruption.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that are into it are like, why am I going to live with this brand new technology that's revolutionizing and has the potential to revolutionize stuff? Why am I going to live in the same city? Why am I going to live in the same old city? Why not be part of a city? And you're never going to impact New York. You're not going to impact LA. But a lot of people are going, I want to be part of a city and help that city grow and really have an outsized influence in that part of the world.
You can definitely do that here.
You can do it here. You can do it. A lot of crypto people moving to Miami. Some of them are in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican thing is interesting.
4% taxes.
Gordon Ryan was explaining it to me last night.
The Paul brothers.
Yeah, and then the Paul brothers are doing that. Yeah. They spend 50% of their time in the States, 50% of their time there.
Yeah,
capital gains taxes, you don't have to pay at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if the taxes in LA went to things that made sense, people wouldn't have a problem.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
The problem is that, you can't collect record taxes from people and then have every measurable standard of life get worse.
A lot worse.
That can't happen.
Yeah, it can happen. And the thing about Austin that I've loved more than anything is the people are more relaxed and friendly here.
Is that true?
100%.
Who was mean to you in LA?
They're just weird.
I would
They're
see
tense.
people around you, and you were always treated like a god. This is my one thing. You say that you're like, people are friendlier in Texas. I've never seen anyone be anything but very happy to see you in LA. It's not like people,
but it's not like I don't know that people aren't nice. Like I see the way they talk to other people.
Sure.
I see the way they talk to me if they don't know who I am.
Yeah. The people here are friendly, but I think people everywhere are kind of friendly, right?
You think so? I think they're tense in LA. I think there's too much traffic and too many people.
Yeah, but the traffic's coming here. I mean, you got to be careful what you wish for.
Joke.
It's going to not be a joke. It'll not be a joke soon.
It's a joke.
Keep telling everyone how great it is.
I leave here at 5 o'clock all the time. It's like, la-di-da, I'm home in 10 minutes.
Sure.
It ain't shit.
Sure. But I think that, you were treated nicely in L.A. People liked you in L.A.
Do you think that people are nicer here?
It's hard to know. I think people are sweet everywhere, and then people suck everywhere. I don't think there's a real... I've never noticed a huge difference between the way people act. I think people in New York want things very quick, but they're not dicks. They just want things very quick. Cali's a little more laid back. I don't think that the man on 6th Street who stabbed me last week was very sweet. The guy who ran up to me and just
still on 6th Street. You got to keep walking.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. There's tremendous potential in the city. The city has some issues like everything else.
Yeah,
but there's some issues.
There's issues whenever you get giant groups of people together.
That's right.